Sanderson costume from Spirit Halloween. And there might be different costumes, like from different companies, so this is specifically from Spirit. If you order it elsewhere, like cheaper on eBay or whatever, and it's not as good, it is probably not the same costume, because like my Morticia dress, there are several like costume versions of it, and I've seen different ones and they're not all as good, so I would assume the same probably goes for Sarah. This costume is specifically from Disney and Spirit Halloween, and it's great quality. I was very pleasantly surprised. I expected decent, but it's really great, and I'll get into all that in a second. But first, I'm Morticia. Gomez is behind the camera. Do subscribe and check out our spooky playlists. Every day we're doing a video for October, and every day we have a Halloween song of the day. And today, the Halloween song is Come Little Children by Sarah Sanderson, but there's a long version by a singer called Katie the Great, and I will link it below. It has like several verses and lyrics, and it's really cool, and she sounds a lot like Sarah Jessica Parker. A lot of people are covering the song, but she actually really sounds like the most like Sarah Jessica Parker. I actually thought it was. And it has a lot more verses, so it's very spooky and delightful, and I love it, and I have it on one of my mixed CDs. Not even for Halloween, just like for general usage, so yes. I will link that below, and every day we're doing a Halloween song of the day. So let's get into this dress. All the jewelry and brooches and whatnot are mine. None of it comes with the costume. I just tried to match things that I felt were Sarah-esque, like my favorite amethyst pendant. I love this. It's a phantom amethyst. That means other crystals grow inside when it's a phantom. So Sarah and purple seem like they go well together, so I put this on. Now this purple spider choker did come from Spirit, and I love the way these little spiders all hang together. And that did come from Spirit, but everything else is just mine. This spider brooch came from our BFF Karen, and then so did this raven, and I just love ravens, so I did that like just for me. But the spider glasses came from Amazon. The spider headband, because Sarah likes spiders, I thought I would throw that on, actually came from Halloween City. So kind of like a, what is it, like a low-grade Spirit, I guess? I don't know if it's fair to call it a low-grade Spirit Halloween, because it's another Halloween store owned by Party City, but still. Anyway, I actually got this dress because I do love Sarah, and it's fun for Halloween witchy vibes, but I actually also got it with Ren Fair in mind, because the Sandersons are from the 1600s, and that's around the time of the end of Renaissance. So I thought this would be a pretty dress to do for Ren Fair. And the sleeves are long, so if it's chillier, I can pair it with a cloak, and if it's summer and it's hotter, they're also thin, so I can probably survive. And that's the way it works. But let's start with this. The sleeves are kind of a thin gossamer with a little bit of stretch. It's not one of those cheap stretchy dresses. It doesn't stretch everywhere, but I think where size could matter and you want to be comfortable, it stretches in those areas, like the arms and the chest bodice area, all the way down to the hips, and it stops stretching at the hips. And I got a large because of the, was I get a medium or a large? I think I got a large. Because I usually wear a medium, but Halloween costumes very rarely seem to be true to size. And I was like, I'd rather have too big than ill-fitting and too tight. Loose and flowy for these dresses is okay, you know, because that's what they are. So they're not supposed to really form-fit. But what's neat about this is the bodice laces. It's not like simile, it actually really laces. And the holes are affixed with little metal, like eyes. Are they called the eyelets or whatever? Where the, I don't sew, so I always forget the terms. But little metal eyelets, so it's easy to thread and unthread the suede cord. The cord here is like suede, or the ribbon. And so it's a really good quality, but the costume can be adjusted larger or smaller at the top. Like you can just pull this tighter, lace it up tighter if you want it to be smaller like I did. Or if you're bigger and you need more space, because it is a large, you can loosen the laces and it doesn't look bad or anything, and you can make it looser. So I tightened it as far as I could, and we're happy. It fits great. It's good. Me and my upper torso are happy. So yeah. And so that's that, and it has like the chest and the whole area here feels like silky, but then the embroidery, the scroll work is kind of like velvet, and it's raised. So it's really nice material, and the edges are lace, like hemmed in lace, and that's really cool. And again, just a little bit of give. And the back is similar. I will turn so you can see that. All the same material. And then we go to the skirt, which has got a lot more going on. That's when back in the day they had layers of skirts. So this pleated part in the front is like a silky kind of thin pleated material. It goes all the way down. This is a very long dress. I'm 5'8", and it trails the ground just a little. I have to lift it up like this when I go upstairs, which makes me feel like I'm back in the day. So this pleated panel only goes in the front. And then around the whole skirt is this lacy part that's here. It's just the whole thing. And it's like lace. And under it, I would say about 4 inches above my knee, it stops, is a thicker silk underskirt. So there's like several layers. This has like 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 layers. And then, so this panel, like I said, on the top only goes in the front. So for the sides and the back, we have this one. And this is a thicker cloth, and it feels very sturdy, and it's actually very warm. All the layers are warm. The top, the sleeves are thinner, so you might want a cloak on the top. I have several cloaks I can pair it with, but this layer of skirts is actually warm, and if I'm chilly like at night, I can just kind of wrap it like that and be like, yeah. And it's actually comfortable. Very comfortable dress for the make, and for the layers of skirts, you would think it might be more uncomfortable, but it really isn't. Free to move. They don't get in the way unless I'm going downstairs. If I'm going upstairs, it was actually fine. I did not have to pick up the skirts, just going downstairs. But walking, we took a walk to 7-Eleven to get pumpkin spice lattes. They're so good. Aren't they good, Gomez?
Yes.
So we did that, and I walked, and it was great. Now these side panels, I'm not sure, I don't think they're called hip epaulets. They're called something. I don't even know what they're called. I watched a Victorian thing about these. But this is part of the skirt, and it just looks kind of weird, but it sticks out on the side, and I just kind of smooth it down. But that's what it is. It is supposed to be there. It's the style. They have a little tiny hole, so if I needed to stick something inside, it could work like a weird pocket until it worked around to the back and fell out. But I mean, you know, for emergencies. But it's cool, and then the back just has its little back shape, which, like I said, the things on the side are kind of weird, but again, it's a period thing, and I don't think it looks bad. It's just different. And I really like it. I enjoy it. It's comfortable. I think it was $69 or $59. Yeah, it was something, but it was really worth it. I mean, if you buy a dress like this in a Renaissance catalog, it's going to be more of a pain to put on. It's going to look similar, and it's going to cost a lot more. So a lot of times I'll use actually kind of a Halloween costume-y dress for the dress because they're a lot more affordable, but they're not all created equal, so it's nicer to spend a little bit more money instead of like the $30 one from Walmart. You go for this, spend $30 more and get a really good quality. So it's just a nice quality machine wash. I always wash these on Gentle, but I can machine wash them even if it says dry clean. It's usually a lie unless the fabric looks like unwashable. They're just like wanting to be safe. So this is just a lot of very good quality material, comfortable to wear, just great for, like, again, a good all-year use. So that is the deal with this, and I just wanted to kind of put that out there for this costume as a costume review because I haven't done a lot of costume reviews because they're usually just what they look like. And this has all those layers and so much going on. I kind of wanted to show that and make it known. So yeah, I would size up. I probably could have fit a medium, but again, I just like a little flow in room. I would size up to be safe. And again, this one is from Spirit specifically and Disney. So we hope you enjoyed this, and until next time,
Stay spooky, my friends.